It's Aaron motherfucking Moses. We the motherfucking bang goddamn TV. And I was talking to my mom earlier, cause that's what real niggas do. And we were talking about the whole Usher thing, which I don't really give a fuck about Usher. But she was just like, a lot of people are saying that white people are always supportive and they uplift people. She didn't say that. She said that's what people say about white people. White people are always supportive, and if Usher would have been white and he would have had HIV, I mean not HIV, whatever the fuck the tabloid story shit is, that white people would have supported Usher. White people would have built him up and not knocked him down, and black people stigmatize everything. Is what people are saying. And my answer to her is, when she says, why do white people support each other so fucking much? And why do black people always tear each other down? Number one is because most people in this world are black. Number two is because white people need white power to survive. If there's no white power, if there's no white pride, all the white people would be dead. That's what's saving people. The National Socialists, the closed-minded, fucking racist white bitches that only fuck niggas as an experiment to fucking get the jungle dick and then go home to their husband or whatever the fuck. Or they fuck niggas, but they know I would never marry a black guy. That's that mentality. I don't support racism and National Socialism and the separation of races, but literally, if it wasn't for that mentality, all white people would be dead and have no hopes of survival. So, they have to do that. They have to uplift each other, because if they don't, there's not going to be any more white people. Okay? In 2,000 years, there's going to be no more white people. White people will be a fucking myth if it's not for that mentality. So I get it. I'm not going to say I am a black white Nazi, but whatever. Okay? Number two is because one thing that I notice about um a lot of people from third world countries and a lot of people that are foreign to American soil is that, or if they are somewhere where third world countries exist, such as Mexico, maybe Africa, fucking Argentina, I don't know. A lot of them don't believe in mental illness. A lot of them don't believe in ADHD. A lot of them don't believe in ADD. A lot of them don't believe in learning disabilities and learning disorders. And a lot of black people, even right now, don't believe in ADD, ADHD, learning disorders, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. Well, the only thing that niggas really believe in is schizophrenia. Everything else that has to do with the mind and the physical brain, that is a defect. A lot of niggas, I'm not saying black people, niggas don't believe that. And when you have a lot of black people intermingling with niggas who don't believe that don't believe in scientific diseases, a lot of people that are intelligent, that are not considered niggas, will not believe in fucking mental illness, because their grandmothers don't believe that shit, because their grandmothers don't believe in ADD and ADHD and all of that shit. So, like a lot of niggas don't believe that alcoholism and addiction is a disease. And even somebody as intelligent and sexy as I am, and logically thinking, I don't consider every fucking addiction a disease either. If you are a gambler and you have a gambling addiction, stop spending money. Just don't spend money. Oh, it's the dopamine in your brain. Okay, well, I'm not a doctor, so, and I don't give a fuck about that shit. I guess it could be a disease in some way, because you can spread it, you can infect other people with it. It fucking makes you mentally ill, whatever the fuck. Okay, that's not what this video is about. But the fact of the matter is, niggas are really slow to call something a disease and to acknowledge a lot of mental illnesses. A lot of niggas think that bipolar disorder is schizophrenia, or this dissociative identity disorder. A lot of niggas and black people believe that if somebody calls you bipolar, that means you're dangerous and you have five people living in your head, which that's not what that is. If you watch a lot of Tyler Perry, you probably think that. Okay? But The reason that niggas will not comfort somebody for being, for having herpes, for having bipolar disorder, for being mentally ill, is because a lot of niggas think if you give it a name like that, and we'll say black people, I will stop using the N word, or I'll say nagas, because I don't want to uplift them. I'm talking about ignorant black people. I'm talking about even white people that are ignorant as fuck and that grew up around black people and they're black by insemination and things like that. A lot of black people do not want to weaken you by giving you a label. I told my manager that I suffer from depression at some point, and she made this face like, "You're so weak. Depression isn't real, nigga. You let a white man tell you you were depressed." No, I didn't. I told the motherfucker I just need to switch my diet and stop eating meat and stop fucking drinking all day. But because a lot of Mexicans and old school motherfuckers and people who don't know shit about science, people who don't know penicillin is a real thing, a lot of people who think that pills are prescribed by doctors so they're not harmful, they will not tell their child that they are ADHD, ADD. They're not gonna sit around and feel sorry for you for having herpes. Oh well, everybody, if you had chickenpox, the herpes can just create itself in your body. Niggas are gonna be like, bro, you've been fucking on these bitches a lot. You have herpes. I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. I'm not gonna uplift you and wear a fucking polka dot fucking ribbon for your stupid ass because you have herpes. Stop it. You eat a lot of strippers' pussies and you get your dick sucked twice a fucking day by 3 different bitches. How is that possible? I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But let me look at these comments real quick. Addiction isn't a disease. It isn't a disease. Addiction. Wait, hold up. Typo. Let me see. Addiction isn't a disease. It's drug addiction that can become a disease. They say all addiction is addiction, bro. And I really dislike when people try to say that one addiction is better than another or worse. Addiction doesn't come from drugs. Don't exist, bro. Just like I said, money doesn't exist. Weed, alcohol, all that gambling, porn addiction. You're fucking addicted to the shit that your brain produces naturally, to the dopamine and the fucking pleasure centers that are stimulated. Alcohol, even though you might feel different, weed gets you high, alcohol gets you drunk, you're still addicted to the dopamine. Just like I made fun of gambling addicts. How the fuck are you addicted to losing your fucking money? Are you fucking retarded? But I understand, even though it's still in AaroniMoses' universe, it's retarded. I hate losing money. I hate it. You cannot tell me that I will ever be addicted to losing money and having flashing lights and being in a place with no windows. That's called jail. Okay? Number one. Number two, I like spending money a lot. Oh my god, that shit feels like sex. Anything. Candy, chips, anything. A nickel. Even if I drop money on the fucking ground, I'm just like, damn, somebody's gonna find that and they're gonna spend it. Like, I just sometimes buying certain things just gives me a rush. Spending $20 gives me a rush. But I'm not losing money. I'm investing it. I'm buying fucking something to make me feel different. Chips, food, candy, something for my son. That's different. I'm not gambling. I'm not knowing that I'm gonna lose. I'm knowing that I'm gonna lose it, not expecting for it to be a thrill and not expecting for it to get, come back to me probably, hopefully. Okay? Gambling addiction can kill you just as easily as cocaine. Just like that dumbass bitch that kept fucking going back and forth with me, talking about I was addicted to Xanax and now I'm addicted to the internet. I'd rather be addicted to the internet. Nigga, addiction is a disease, just like cancer, just like AIDS. It can kill you whenever it wants, whenever it decides. It will fucking kill you, bro. You don't have total control of your brain. You are not as reliable. You are not self-reliant. You are not as dependable. You're not a full fucking human being. You are part man, part dopamine. You are part man, part cocaine. Part man, part Xanax. Part man, part gambling. Part man, part Facebook. So for a dumbass bitch to tell me I went to rehab for Xanax, which who the fuck is addicted to Xanax? I went to rehab for Xanax and I got out and now I'm addicted to Facebook and my life's better. You're still part man, part addiction. You still have a disease. If your disease wants to kill you whenever it wants, just like any other disease, it'll do it without your permission. You will not be as reliable. You are not as self reliant. You are not as dependable. You are not as. It's a word I keep want to fucking use, but I keep forgetting it. But you know what I mean. This is not about addiction at all. Most of these diseases started appearing in the mid 90s, and as an extension of the dumbing down theory as a way to control children and keep them sedated to get as many children on prescription meds. I know. I definitely get that, especially with black men. You know what they say? They say that the black woman is responsible for ADHD. ADHD comes from the black woman. Doctors will tell motherfuckers that. First it was what? Crack, and then crack babies get ADHD, and now all these motherfuckers have ADHD, and now all black men have bipolar disorder. Next, it's probably I don't know what the fuck is gonna be next. I don't care because I don't pay attention to that shit. You tell me my son is gonna be ADHD, I will put the nigga in karate and we'll figure it out. We'll learn how to meditate together. But the nigga not no, bro. We're gonna put you on a vegan diet. We're gonna fucking hook it up. But you're not gonna tell me that I can't be trusted with my fucking brain. But all I'm saying is, if you say that white people build each other up in times of crisis, while black people, if Usher has herpes, all the black people are dogging his ass and making him feel fucking bad and stupid. First of all, nigga, if you didn't have chicken pox and you have herpes, or the chicken pox and the herpes in everybody's body that's supposed to release at some point before you die, if that happened, if it wasn't through sex, that's one thing. But if the nigga was getting sucked and fucked because he's Usher, I'm not gonna encourage the nigga and put the polka dot ribbon on my shirt. That's not gonna happen. I don't believe this nigga has herpes. I don't give a fuck if he has herpes, cause he's rich and he never gave me any money, even though he is from Atlanta and we went to the same high school at some point. But no, niggas are not gonna endorse that, bro. I can't tell my family I'm an alcoholic and I'm depressed and I have bipolar disorder. They're gonna say I'm weak. They're gonna say I'm bad at making decisions. Because all those motherfuckers are from the hood. A lot of them are not educated in a lot of shit. And they're gonna say, whoa, all this shit, man has been around for all this time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, family, I'm bipolar, I have fucking alcoholism, and the doctor told me I'm depressed. I don't believe any of that shit. You have never heard AaroniMoses call himself a bipolar alcoholic, blah, blah, blah. If I don't take care of my body, yes, I will have manic depression episodes separately. But I already know that. If I don't take care of my body, I'm going to have manic depressive episodes. Then what happens is I'm going to drink a lot. Okay? That just happens. My family didn't know that though. They don't know if I got in a car accident, if I got molested when I was 5 years old, when I was asleep, when I was over at my grandma's house one time. They don't know that shit. All I can say is I know. And niggas do that shit. And sometimes it sometimes it hurts, sometimes it helps. When white people coddle their children, what happens? Schools get shot up. All kind of diseases get invented. HIV manifests itself. Things happen. Does it hurt? Does it help? White people have to support the fuck out of each other. Why? Because, again, they're only 6,000 years old. Okay, number one. If you believe in evolution or science or whatever the fuck. They claim to only be 6,000 years old. They come from the Caucasus Mountains, and the Moors taught them how to speak and read. Okay? There's not that many of them. If you're not Asian or white, you're black. If you don't come from China or Europe, you're black. If you're a Native American, you are Chinese. But there was niggas over here fucking the shit out of those Native Americans, and a lot of them are black. Okay? If you're not from Europe, Russia, or China, or anybody who has to do with any of those, The Chinese people migrated to Japan. Okay, they're Asian. They're not black. If you're not white or Asian, you're black. That's not that many motherfuckers. The Asians, they fuck with themselves. They don't fuck with anybody. So that's why I don't count them when it comes to, because they are the chi. They're the zen. They know what the fuck they're doing. They keep themselves separate, smart, whatever. But it's not that many white people on the planet compared to niggas. Brazil, Italy, Greece. There's even black people in fucking Europe. There's even whole countries of black people in Europe that hate black people because they are black. For whatever reason, I don't really give a shit. Just like how we have children in grade school who can't do math or spell properly getting A's. That's been going on since the invention of school, my brother. A lot of people graduate high school and can't read over a fourth grade level. They still do that. It's because school is not about fucking learning. It's about the American school system, which fuck those motherfuckers. They demonetized my American school system video. The American school system is about teaching you how to be a fucking factory worker. It's teaching you to be teachable. It's to teach you to be programmable. It doesn't mean if you get an A, that doesn't mean you're intelligent. If you read a book, if you read all the books that ever existed, that doesn't mean you're intelligent at all, okay? That means you have knowledge that you've read and you may or may not be able to regurgitate that shit. It's the American public school system is America school. It's to teach you how to be a good American and to be a factory worker, okay? And social skills and shit. Teachers' unions and pharmaceutical companies started working together to get as many children on ADD and antidepressants as possible because it's a part of the Democratic agenda. But for funding, like hospitals do that shit, bro, okay. The thing about this is, why do white people support white people in times of turmoil, in times of crisis? And why do black people destroy each other so much? Why? Because we can afford to, number one. Because think about it, bro. And if you look it up right now, how many black people are in America? Which pisses me off so much, but it gives me pride that I should not have for being black. The U.S. government says 80% of the people in America are white people. And 13% of the people in America are black people. And 16% of the people are Hispanic or Latino. Why would you lie about the most powerful nation in the world and their population of white people compared to black people? Why would you feel the need to do that? Why? The only reason I would lie, if I had a house and it was 5 rooms in it, and 3 of those rooms were filled with racist ass fucking white people. One of those rooms was filled with a non-racist white person. And then one of those rooms was filled with a black person. The only way, and then what happens is the black person, only 2 people can come out of the room at one time. But only a black person and a white person can come out of the room at one time and live amongst and go around the house and take a shower, eat, and leave. The only way to make to make the black person feel safe is to lie and to say, well, I know there's 5 rooms in this house. There's you, there's 2 other white people, and the rest of the rooms are filled with black people. If I told him that, he would feel safe. He would be okay with eating as much food as he wants. He would feel more at home. He would feel like he can take a shower as long as he wants. He would feel like he could come home drunk, stumbling in, and you know what? Maybe I should go in the room because there's racist white people and they might just break the law and come out of the rooms and fight me and kill me. I have to tell this man the rest of the house is black people. Just don't break just don't break the rules. Only one of you guys only one other person can be out of the rooms besides you. Why would you lie to black people and tell them that 80% of this country is fucking white? Why would you feel the need to do that? The same reason that white people stick together and uplift each other when bad things happen. The same reason, what the fuck did the Facebook post? When Asians get a whole bunch of money, they buy a $5 million mansion, and it's 10 people living in that bitch. When Mexicans get a lot of money, they get a fucking $5 million mansion. When white people get a lot of money, they get a $5 million mansion, and 20 people live in a fucking 10-bedroom house. So why, when black people get money, they all spend more money to be separate? Because it's a lot of us. Because it's a lot of us, and because we can afford to do, we can and we can't. And it was why would you say fuck LA Capone, bro? You distracted the shit out of me. It was video by Bobby Hemmett, and he was like, the reason that white people get along better with white people, and Asians and we'll say Hispanics, even though Hispanics don't really exist. They're either black or they are half Chinese and half white. But we'll say Hispanics, we'll say Mexicans, because they're half Chinese and half white. The reason that Mexicans get along so well, white people get along so well, Chinese people get along so well, everybody but black people. He said, you're Puerto Rican, you're not Puerto Rican. There's no such thing as Puerto Rican. You're actually black. You're probably blacker than me because I'm less than 3/4 black. But the reason we can't get along is because black people have been on this earth, I think they say like 12 million years. And when people are along around each other that much, they start to develop and activate certain genes that make them want to destroy each other because that's just how nature is. White people are fairly new to this earth in their theory. So if you have a brand new race that hasn't been around for 12 million years, they don't know each other that long. That's just like if you stay with over your friend's house for too long, eventually you're gonna be like, okay, we shouldn't spend this much time with each other because we are friends, but I can't be around you for more than fucking 2 days, and you know not to try that shit again because you might even get into a physical altercation, and then you go home for 3 days, don't talk to the motherfucker, and then you call him like, you're still my nigga, but let's just never do that again, okay? Let's never do that again. We can only spend one full day together, so anything over 24 hours, we're gonna start beating each other's ass. And remember, that's how black people are. Black people are not supposed to be around each other for so long because we've been on the planet together for 12 million years. Everybody else has been on the planet for less time, so they're not tired of each other as much. White people want to fuck black people because they have some of the oldest genes. They're one of the original white people. And they can feel it. That's my theory. I don't know how true that is. I haven't looked into that. I'm not a scientist. I'm not really big on science because I wanted to be an astronaut when I was little. And I found out that you had to be a scientist for at least 10 years to go to space. I want to learn about science, bitch. I just want to go to space. We're not gonna argue Puerto Rican. There's no such thing as Puerto Rican, bro. Puerto Rico is a fucking country. You're black, bro. You're black. Puerto Ricans, Cubans, my family's from Cuba, Spain, China, and India. Indians are black. Everybody that's not, if you're not Chinese or white, you're black, bro. Don't argue with me. I'm pretty smart. Watch your brother fucking, what's this name? Everybody Hates Angel. He'll explain it to you. Shout out to Everybody Hates Angel. He considers himself an African. Shout out to him. The nigga's not African because he's not from Africa, but Puerto Ricans are black, bro. Young Pappy is one of the best rappers to come out of Africa. I mean, Chicago. Shout out to the North Side. DNA, my name's actually AaroniMoses. How come there are so many black pro athletes compared to white pro athletes? You don't look black. You don't have to look black, bro. You know, two Africans can make a Caucasian baby. You know that. How come there's so many black pro athletes? And because white people control like the back, the back stuff. And I don't know because it would be easier to convince a disenfranchised nigga that they need to play sports instead of using their brains to change the world. Which is not a bad thing. I'm not hating because I'm short, for a man and I don't really have a lot of interest in athletics. But, well, the answer to that would be is because there's more black people than white people in America. Number one. Number two is how come there's so many people from the Caribbeans that play baseball compared to African Americans or white people? Actually, I don't know about white people. There's in baseball is obviously ruled by the white man, like as far as their population. But I don't fucking know. They recruit black people because they wanna watch some niggas play fucking. I don't know. I'd rather be. I don't know. I can't answer that, bro. That's really something you have to Google. I really don't know. And I don't have a big interest in any sport except for football. Why? I mean, black people are more athletically inclined than a lot of white people on average. Now, a lot of white people are more healthy than me. They can run faster than me. They can have sex with their wives longer than I can have sex with my girlfriend. Probably not, because I'm a beast. But, there's white people that do a lot of athletic things better than me, run faster. You know, there's a lot of white people who have a fucking better disposition for athletics than I. I can't tell you that, man. Why do they not look for the most athletic white people compared to the most athletic black people? I don't know. Is it easier to do? What is it called? The route of fucking least resistance or whatever the fuck that's just called. It's gonna be easier to find somebody who's black, disenfranchised, and doesn't know shit about contracts, who fucking grew up watching Michael Jordan and fucking Carmelo Anthony or whoever the fuck, and they have a passion for it. A lot of white people, mainly Jews, are really good at basketball. A lot of white people, mainly Midwesterners and New Yorkers, are really good at baseball. Why are there more white hockey players than black hockey players? I know a lot of black guys that play hockey. AaroniMoses played hockey when he was growing up. It was amazing. I don't like hockey now because white people fucked it up for me. But I used to love hockey. I still do. I still do. I'm not gonna lie. But it's too long. It takes a long time from game one to the Stanley Cup. I think hockey's like fucking 9 months. And there's a lot of fucking dumbass rules, and these motherfuckers play like 4 times a week or some shit. But I love hockey. But white people fucked it up for me. Not white people, ignorant fag ass white man fucked it up for me. Anyways, there isn't more black people than white people in America. Yes, there are, little kid. Yes, there are. Why? It's not 80% goddamn white. Okay? Because Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, Chinese people, Arabs, they register as fucking white, bro. They register as white. A lot of Mexicans consider themselves white Hispanics. They consider themselves white Caucasians. There are. At least, it's not fucking. It's not. So you're telling me there's 6 to 7 times more white people than black people in America when they brought the slaves over here, there was already 4 times more slaves than white people. Come on, bro. Don't be. You gotta use your noggin, bro. It's not fucking illegal yet. Come on, bro. That's why would you even entertain that thought? The Phillies team are all Dominicans. I don't know. Fuck hockey and soccer. Fuck soccer. Soccer's lame. Soccer is for little kids. Soccer is so primitive. I fucking hate soccer. I never liked soccer. You know what? Because you know what it is? I don't even want to tell that story. That fucking thumbnail killing me. No. It's funny. It's funny. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, matter of fact, let me go on my YouTube on Facebook right now. Nah, bro, it's there's no way that you should even consider. Just think about it. Just like I said, because it hurts me for you to even entertain the fact that there's not 13 times 2 is 26%. 26% times 2 is 52%. So we already got 4. 26 plus 52 is close to 80. There's 6 times more white people in America than black people. Are you serious? You seriously believe that? That's not true, bro. Asians, Hispanics, fake ass Latinos, whatever the fuck they fucking consider themselves, Arabs, Indians, everybody that's not black, a lot of them put on the census or whatever the fuck when they register to vote or whatever the fuck they do. They put down that they're white Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains. They lie. Or they put white Hispanic, white Arab, white. I'm white. They put that. Or even if they don't do that, the motherfuckers who control the shit that suck Trump's dick, they want to scare niggas. They want to make sure that we think that if we try to rise or get together, there's no black people. I don't see any black people. Well, there's black people where I live, and well, I've never been outside my neighborhood before. I've never been out the city. I've never been out my state. What is gonna scare the shit out of a black person that's never been out of their state if they Google how much of a minority that they're not? If you see that there's white people, if you're from the hood and you hate white people, I'm not saying all black people from the hood hate white people. But let's say if you're from the hood and you hate white people, why? Because white people are police and white people made the hood and make all these fucked up laws that keep you disenfranchised and white people want to kill you. Let's say that's what you think if you're from the hood. And you've never been outside your state. What's gonna scare you into keeping you from going any fucking where, including the suburbs, is the fact that there are 6 times more white people. Out of that 6 times more white people than you, 3 times of those motherfucking white people, 40%, which is still double the population, more than double the population of black people on paper, fucking want to lynch you, kill you, and cut your black dick off and shove it in your ass. It's called divide and conquer. It's called we're still fucking slaves, okay? If you're black or you're white, if you're white, I'm sorry. There's not 6 times more fucking white people than black people in this country. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous that you would even consider entertaining that. I don't even think there's more Hispanics or Latinos. There's definitely not more Hispanics or fake ass Latinos in this country than black people. They want the fucking Hispanics to feel just as uncomfortable, but more comfortable than niggas. Okay? If that was the case, if there was so little black people in this country, we would be sticking together. Because niggas are not stupid. Okay? Black people are not stupid. They might be stupid enough to believe that there's that many more white people than black people, when that's not true. But they know that, hey, we're gonna die if we don't stick together, so yeah, let's do this. You know, black people are smart enough to know to pretend to be friends with everybody so they can get rides because they don't have a car, or because fucking, yeah, the more people like you, the more they're willing to help you. I grew up around a lot of white people, and a lot of the white people where I lived didn't need a lot of people. So I had the mentality where I'm like, fuck people, I'm not gonna be fucking fake to use motherfuckers. I don't really give a fuck. A lot of the times that hurts me, but a lot of the times it makes me a stronger, better, faster, smarter fucking person on some Kanye shit. But at the end of the day, I'm about to hold on. Let me do one more thing. All the I'm looking right at the shit. Live streaming. What do we got? Let me start answering some of these questions, cause this is not what this shit's about. They killed the natives. A large part of them. You have to travel around the white man. You have to travel around, man. The whites are deep in the U.S., but we can agree to disagree. I'm not agreeing to disagree with you. I'm just kidding. Yes, it is. But no, that's not true, bro. That's not true. It's not true. Just like they say, just like they say, 5% of New York City is black people, but they account for 50% of the rapes. You cannot, and I have been around. I've been to not. I haven't been to. I haven't been to 20 states out of 50, but I lived everywhere. And what is it? Americans only inhabit 30% of this land. Most people live in big cities, and most big cities, most of a big city is the hood. And most of the hood, 90% of the hood, is black people. Even with that logic, even if we're not gonna analyze every fucking thing, you cannot tell me New York is what? Not New York City. New York City is not a good example. LA, is there more white people than black people in LA? Is there more white people than black people in Chicago? And they lie about that shit too. They say Chicago's 72% white people. And it's only 10% niggas. And it's like 15% Latinos. And everybody Chicago's not goddamn 72% fucking white people, bro. The south side and the west side. The north side and the fake ass east side, which is really the south side, is not 72%. How the fuck is the south side 90% black people? The west side is like 30% black people. The north side is like 20% black people. How the fuck is that 70% of the fucking city white people? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Houston. I don't know shit about Houston. Atlanta. Atlanta's not gonna lie. Atlanta's gonna keep it funky. Atlanta says, okay, there's 70% niggas here. We can't lie about this shit. When you get on the bus, every one man that's on the bus, it's gonna be 10 women on that bitch. Atlanta is a real nigga city, okay, for the most part. They're not gonna lie and try to say, oh well, we gotta protect our whites. It's 70% white people here. No. They don't even fuck around like that. They're not gonna lie to niggas and nah, bro. I mean, if that's what you want to say, if that's what you want to think, how much of a, just think about it like this. The biggest population in the world is what country? China, right? China only inhabits 10%, like 15% of their land, and they have the biggest population. If America follows that same formula, America only inhabits, and I'm not gonna look it up because these motherfuckers lie, bro. They lie. Because I have been on both sides of the field, I know that this shit is just ridiculous, and I can't believe I'm still talking about this shit. They kill a lot of natives. No, they hired a lot of niggas to kill a lot of natives. This uninterests me, so I'm gonna go watch your videos. I'm not being a little ass girl. Awesome. Thank you, bro. Peace. Most people believe the statistics about the 80% of all people in America are white because they don't do research. Because no, not because they don't do research, because they don't go outside and because they get brainwashed and because they love that shit. I've been in Arizona. What did I live? I lived in Arizona. I lived in Illinois. I lived in Georgia, and I lived in fag ass Oklahoma. And I haven't been anywhere in Oklahoma. I've been to where DC, New York. I haven't been to that many places, bro. But hey, man, whatever. Let's just go to the next topic. I didn't say no. I'm saying that there's not 6 times more white people than black people. White people most likely outnumber Asians. Yes, they do. They will never outnumber Mexicans because Mexicans don't even outnumber black people yet. We're not spending any money on sending these motherfuckers back that are illegal. But that's another thing. I have one question for you guys. And because everybody is a fucking hardcore gangster on here and they sell kilos of cocaine, they might not know the answer to this question. But I got on Instagram today and somebody said that Trump shut off all the Obama phones. Is that true? Just get the fuck. That's fucked up, bro. Out your country? I thought you were Puerto Rican, nigga. You don't have. You're from Africa. You just get the fuck out of my country. You didn't contribute to this country at all, but some taxes, my brother. We built this shit. You got cousins that built this motherfucker, but you came over when it was like about to be finished. So this is nah. It's not even Native Americans' country. It was niggas here before Asians got here. Everybody, we need to. Nah, bro. I'm not fucking. Now I'm sounding ignorant and controversial. I don't do that shit on purpose, but that's really what goes on in my brain. You do the proper research. How the fuck? Think about it. Think about this, bro. Even if it is more, I don't even. I don't want to keep talking about that shit. But if black people have been a thing, if we evolve, I don't believe in evolution. So, but we'll just go. If black people have been alive on this planet for 12 million years, why do you think that we have not been to every corner of this world and back twice? A lot of people say it was black people before the Chinese people came over here in America. It was black people in Australia before the white people got there. It was black people everywhere before the Vikings got here. If black people were here for 12 million years compared to white people who were here for 6,000 years. What can you do in 6,000 years? And niggas taught you how to fucking do all this shit. It's no schools in Europe at this point. It's no fucking languages in Europe at this point. 90% of fucking Europeans can't even read at this point. Only fucking 10% of the royalty can actually read. Why would you think you invented any fucking thing? And why would you think you discovered any fucking thing? Why? Why would you not think about that? And I didn't even think about that. And I dropped out of school when I was in like 7th grade. And I still was like, you know what? I heard Nas dropped out of school when he was in like 3rd grade. And he just read the dictionary every day and fucking self-educated himself. And I just thought that was so cool. And I was like, you know what? I got the internet now. I don't need these motherfuckers. And I started even when I got to high school, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this homework. This is the home if the homework tells you what's gonna be on the test. So I'm just gonna take the homework. The book tells you how to do the homework. I'm just gonna take the homework, teach myself how to do this shit, Google the shit, take the test, don't do that, it doesn't work. And that's just how I've been educating myself my whole life, basically, ever since 7th grade. But even though what my point is, me having educational freedom and being able to research things and being like, you know what, fuck it. I'm smarter than a lot of the people that I'm around because I chose to educate myself instead of socialization and to learn about cool shit and how to cook random shit and random fun facts. And I still didn't even consider that. And I did not, and when I saw the statistics, like fucking, what was it, like 2006? They tried to say America was like 5% niggas and like 60% fucking white people and like 3% men. I was like, oh, fuck no. Fuck no. These motherfuckers are the devil. I can't believe nothing these motherfuckers say. Fuck no. So why the fuck they left? They didn't leave. They got killed. They got finessed. You know it was Africans in America already here when white people came here and they started killing all the natives. And they took the African Americans that were already here and they made them fuck and they killed the parents and they lied and they told the children that they actually kidnapped them from Africa and they just mixed them in with the niggas and sold them. Or they would take them on a boat and go to a different part of America and tell them that where they just came from was Africa and now they're in America. They would do some grimy shit and they were just fucking 2 states away. And they would tell them they were from Africa. So a lot of the black people here were here already. They were not from fucking Africa at all. I mean, they were from Africa, but they lied and told them that they were born and raised in Africa and now they're in America when they just took them to fucking Florida. Or they told them Florida was Africa. That's what I would do if I was white. I really hate the South, and hate is the strong. You don't hate the South. You're just a lame. I'm just kidding. No, the South's awesome. The South, compared to what? Where do you live? Connecticut? I forgot. How the fuck do you like Connecticut? Or the Northeast or the Midwest is ass. I fucking hate the Midwest. It gets so fucking cold, bro. It gets so cold and it storms in every season except for fall. And it's not even really Connecticut, bro. You don't even have 4 seasons, nigga. What you got? Cold and hot. You got in Chicago, it's cold for 8 months. That's not 4 seasons. You live in Connecticut, it's colder longer. You don't even have 4 seasons. And Connecticut is what? It's cold for 9 months, bro. If it's cold for 8 months in Chicago, in Chicago, it's cold from the end of September to the beginning of April. It's cold. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That's 8 months. How cold? You like Connecticut? If you're black, you're brainwashed. If you're white, I understand. But you live in Atlanta. Atlanta's really not. Atlanta's the South, but it's kind of like Florida. How niggas say Florida's not really the South because they have their own culture and it's really their own country. But I could understand why you hate the South if you're from it. Well, really, I couldn't because I would kill somebody, and I almost did, to live in Atlanta again. Like people consider Oklahoma the Midwest where I live. It's not. It's the South. Just because these motherfuckers they fuck. I don't even want to say all of that, bro, because the spirits told me if I learn to appreciate where I live, they will help me live in Atlanta again. So I don't want to keep talking salty about Oklahoma, but it fucking sucks. It sucks. But I love the South compared to the West Coast. I only lived in Arizona. If you live in Arizona, I pity you. I pity you. Because it gets 118 degrees during the day, and when it's 70 degrees at night, it feels fucking freezing. And if it's not 70 degrees at night, it's 100 degrees. It's 90 degrees at 12 o'clock. I hated that shit. And everybody was so scared to go outside. No, nigga, you gonna die, nigga. We don't go outside between 1 and 3 o'clock. Nigga, I'm going to the park. This shit's depressing. You're annoying, you're annoying, you're annoying. You keep losing You keep losing, but you won't pass a nigga the controller. So I'm going outside. Fuck you. I'm walking to the gas station, getting some free water, going to the park, and I'm playing in the sprinklers. Okay? But no, I could see why you fucking hate the South. Alright. East Coast, we out here, yeah. Atlanta's the East Coast. What black empowerment authors or orators do you listen to? None. I don't. Why are you asking me this? Because, no, I watch shit on YouTube. I watch, like, Dr. Africa. I watch this one other guy. I can't remember his name. I watch Racist Ass Young Pharaoh. I watch, and I just watch like random 5%ers and mores and shit like that. Who else? Fucking, I try not to watch that shit because then I start to, you know, get brainwashed and start saying things and thinking things without doing the proper research. So, I mean, I don't think, I mean, if you want to question my integrity as an educator, I'm not a racist, okay? I don't think black people are better than white people. I think all people are to be hated equally. I don't like no peoples at all, okay? First of all, my family is mixed. I'm less than three-fourths black. My dad's side is Choctaw and what's the fucking Calcuttan from Calcutta, India, and black. I have two relatives that were in the Civil War. One was in the North, and one was actually from Georgia. Um, my mom's side of the family is from Spain. One of my great great grandmothers that's from China. They had a child when they migrated to Cuba to get over here in America. They couldn't get over here, so they snuck over here illegally. So my mom is Chinese, Irish, Spanish, and English, and half black. Her dad was black and Mexican. And they made me, which explains all the craziness, because you're not supposed to fucking mix races that much. Because genes that protect you from mental illnesses start to break down. So I'm not a black power nigga. I'm not with that black shit. I actually made a video called Fuck That Black Shit. Because when you start to learn about things like melanin and different types of history and sciences, you're gonna run into these fucking crazy, racist, closed-minded niggas that watched way too many fucking Malcolm X speeches and they don't even remember who the fuck they are, and they keep trying to say, well, human, there's no such thing as a white human. White man is really 70% Neanderthal and only 6% human, and the rest fucking whatever 13% animal, and the only human in this whole world is a black man. Human means African. The word African means human. You're not a human if you're from Africa. I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit. It's a lot of shit a white man can do better than me. It's a lot of shit besides fuck a bitch. It's a lot of shit that Mexicans can do better than me. Besides speak English. Even if they were born here. We're gonna make it real ignorant and controversial. But I'm not one of those black power niggas, man. I don't give a fuck about black power, nigga. It's enough niggas here in America and in the world for there not to have to be black power. Race empowerment is for the weakest race. For the least populated race. So that's why I support white power. Because I wouldn't want everybody to destroy my race and try to fuck my fucking women and destroy and eradicate me. So if you want to be a racist, Nazi, national, socialist, I totally support you. Because if you don't, I'm fucking all your women. And the more niggas that fuck white women, the less populated white people would be. Because if you think about it, and I said this to Liz doesn't have any white children. She only has Mexican children and black children. She's white. Okay? Every black person that has sex with a white woman and they have a child and they don't have any white children, they just killed a black man. They just destroyed a piece of white history. If you really hate white people, fuck a white girl. Fuck a white girl, get her pregnant, and fucking marry her so she doesn't have any white children. Because if you fuck a white woman and she doesn't have any children with a white man and you're black, you just made one less white person on this earth. Because when she dies, the only thing that's going to be left of her genetics is going to be a jigaboo, okay? I don't know how I got into that. But anyways, I'm an Israelite. I hate Arizona. You should. My favorites are Neely Fuller and Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed, the nigga that wrote the fucking Mackin book? The book on how to be a Mac? You can outsmoke me? Actually, you can. Because I get so paranoid when I smoke. And I start to hallucinate. And I'm a private smoker. Watching from OKC. Well, I'm glad you didn't hear that last part I just said. What's up, man? I'm still buttless. I smoked my last 2 bowls 2 weeks ago, so I'm drinking now. Thank you. Nah, I'm just kidding. Sheesh, I never hallucinated. You gotta smoke the purple, bro. If you smoke too much of that shit, you're gonna start. Everything's gonna look like a cartoon. Everything's gonna look purple with like a pinkish red tint. It gets real trippy real fast. Nah, man. Actually, I just found some blueberry and some AK-47 mixed with silver haze. My favorite weed in the world. My favorite weed in the world is actually purple haze. But AK-47 mixed with fucking silver haze, that's gonna make me feel like a teenager again. But I made some really bad investments. So I don't know when the fuck that's gonna happen. Nah, man. If you smoke the purple, if you ingest a lot of CBD, let me see how much battery I got, cause I really want to smoke a cigarette. What the fuck is my life? Damn, what's going on in my life? I heard you smoke Reggie. I don't smoke Reggie for what? Wait, no, I did. Um, how long ago was that? That was like 3 months. No, that wasn't 3 months ago. That was in. I forgot. It was a long time ago. Cause my fucking weed man got robbed in fucking OKC. I don't know how, cause the nigga's fucking Marine, but he got robbed for some weed, some loud, so he had to re up on the fucking mid. And yeah, I tried to help the nigga out, cause I bought a lot of that shit, just to be like, okay, bro, I'm gonna spend a good amount of money with you, and use this for the re up, okay? And the nigga fucked his money up again, so I had to